Hello, extra. I was about to change the scene and I just had a. It just made me laugh. Oh god. Hello. Hi, Dulahan. Hi. How are we today? How's everyone? Just patching. Okay. I hope you're doing better than patches. How was everyone's week? I started a little bit early, but yeah, 5 minutes early. Not that much. Lot of work. Yeah. Difficult week. Had a lot of stuff. For thankfully tomorrow I have a free day because it's like a national holiday. So yeah, I'm very happy about it. I'm going to sleep. Have you tried Night Rain? Played Night Rain? I haven't even played Elden Ring. So yeah. I've seen like a few things about Night Rain. I don't know how it works. I know absolutely nothing. I just join someone's streams every once in a while and she's playing Night Rain and I'm just like, oh, I'm just here to support. I understand nothing. Yeah, I'm going to be able to sleep. Hello, Sinner. Hi. Oh, I'm just so happy I'm going to sleep. This week I overslept one time, or like 2 times I overslept. I just had to jump out of bed and just get out of my house. Cousin plays it a lot, says it's good but has no comms. Yeah, I know that there's no communications like voice chat and everything. It will be really toxic though. I don't know if I would like it. We have Elden Ring for 40 plus streams. Interested in different kind of cars? No, I don't have much of an interest. About no sort of vehicles. Hello, Tall Spartan. Hi. How are you? I know that this is not the day like that I generally stream, but yeah, I just felt like it today. Just stopping by, seeing how's everyone. And also I have some time to rest tomorrow, so I can stream today. Very nice. I'm very happy about that. I have so many things to finish. Ah, no, a tornado warning? Ooh, that must be terrifying. Oh, that must be terrifying. Even more if you're outside. Like I here we don't have many of those. We had one like a few years ago, but no, where I live, it was pretty bad. It's not very common here. At least it's not common if it's a city. It was like so clear when the thunder rumbled the ground and I was like, yep, time to get out of yeah. It was just like, yeah, no, not worth it. Going back. Good luck with work, Dullahan. Oh god. There are sometimes that you're outside and it just feels like, I should not be here. I'm really kind of terrified about that type of stuff. Living in a place where I never had to go through them, I would I would panic most likely. Or anything. Either if it's like a earthquake, a tornado, whatever, I would just be like, okay, I'm dead already. I don't deal well with stress. Stresses me out. Flood too. Floods are also difficult. I never had to go through any of that. Well, there's parts of the city though that do flood every once in a while, but it's not that bad. Doesn't get, well, depends if you're living there or not. But it's not like super bad if you're inside your house or inside like an apartment complex or anything. I do have a basement actually. But if there's rain, it kind of floods, so I don't think it's going to work. Also, I don't have a tub. Is that common where you are? You don't have tubs here. You mostly have a shower. Just that. Oh, cheesecake! Oh, that sounds nice. I got ice cream yesterday. But I need to be very careful because I my body can handle ice cream, so I'm just taking little bits whenever I can. If you got a basement in your house, you live in the northern states, the ground is too unstable in Texas for basement. Interesting to know. Yeah, the ground in the south of the US is very bad. I know that where was it? Is it Florida that has a lot of sinkholes and stuff? Sounds extremely dangerous and unstable to me. We have one because this is like a very old house and they used to make wine. So we do have like a basement where the barrels and stuff. The family used to make homemade wine and a lot of stuff. Yeah, Florida is kind of weird. I know. Construction there is bad. Not that construction is bad, it's that it's very difficult to maintain. Oh god. Hi Lagarde. Hello. Nice to see you. A wine cellar, that's cool. I mean, it's not really a wine cellar, it's just a normal basement, but it was used for that. They were also using a lot of conserva, which meant a lot of stuff in jars and stuff. They used to do that, but now either there's no time or it's just not economically possible anymore. Yeah, preserved jars and stuff like that. We used to do like tomato sauce for the whole year. We would do it in summer. Like, I think it was summer. And then we would spend the whole day doing that. And then we'd just put it on the jars, boil it, stuff like that, and then just seal them and have enough tomato sauce for the whole year. We used to do that when I was little. Just abandoned because of natural disasters. Yeah, I mean, if you can't really rebuild your town and it's like a smaller town, it's just it's a pity. There must be a lot around in bigger places. Like here, it's not that common. Fighting to nice souls. I'm like 7th soul, I think. Took a break and played some Dusk and Bummer shit there. Okay. 7th. Ooh, I'm so far behind. Well, I know where Gomang is. I can get to her very quickly. Yeah, I mean, I will make some progress on the weekend. I know that I said I would not that I would play in the middle of the week not to lose practice, and I have to say I have not been true to my word. I have completely forgotten. I have other stuff to do. Oh, kayaking. Kayaking seems nice. I do have someone. I do know someone that did some kayaking. I never did myself. I wouldn't be able to. Hello, Chrysalis. Hello. How are you doing? Good evening. Earth can meme. Why didn't everyone try to make an earthquake stomachache joke? Seems kind of cool idea to me. I'm not sure. Maybe there is. You just haven't found it yet. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Not really water, but not really water. No. Just maybe the idea of having very deep water under me, maybe very bad. I haven't been in that situation, so I'm not really sure how that would affect me. I do have a lot of when I just see under the water and there's like really deep and you don't see the bottom of it. That no, that's bad. Even playing Subnautica was very bad for me, and it's a video game. Whenever I just had to go to the bottom of the ocean in that game, I would just be like, nope, I'm closing my eyes until I hit something. I would just bang the submarine onto the sand. Depths are really, really weird, and I don't. Caves are also not my thing. I like it. I respect it. I want it far away from me. If a giant moved his finger over the earth, it would be perfectly smooth. Yeah, most. It depends on how big the giant is. I guess. A bottle of water, a bit of liquidation hydration. It is an amazing game. Subnautica was very enjoyable. At least the first one I played quite a bit, and it was great. It was really nice. Although I did have a few moments where I just panicked. I did not like it. There was a few moments where the soundtrack got to me in Subnautica. I was just exploring, doing whatever, like, oh, new area, and then the sudden soundtrack changed, and I was just like, nope, I'm not going there. No. And I just left. And then I figured I had to go back, and I didn't know where to go because I completely forgot how I got there. But yeah, Subnautica was good. I haven't played the second one. I don't have it either. And I don't know. I never felt like playing the other one. The other one is Sub-Zero, right? I don't know. I saw that it released and I just wasn't interested in it. Maybe it's good. I'm not sure. Surely because of penguin? Like the little one that we got? Can you pet them? Every game should have a pet. Or something that you can just have as a friend. Even if it's a little fish or like even a rat. Anything could be like a good companion for a game. And kidnap. No! Well, I mean, if you take it from the wild, it kind of counts as kidnapping. Oh, but just pet them. That's so nice. The magma area was very good. It was really, really nice. But yeah, I kind of enjoy the Subnautica, but I also enjoy. I don't know how to say it, because it's like just the atmosphere of the game. Sometimes I felt like I was super calm and chill with the place when I already knew it, and then suddenly it was like, oh god. Rats made me crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats. Rats? That has to be a reference, and I'm not getting that. The progression was really good. I liked a lot. Also, just building stuff. Going to the long stream to get today? I don't think so. Depends. I'm not sure. But yeah, go, and if I'm still here, then yeah, you can join again. I'm not sure. I don't have anything planned. I just felt like streaming today. Yeah, when you get the sub and you get all the mini the sea moth and who was it? Wait, when was the sea moth? See you later, laggard. One was the sea moth, and the other one was the cyclops. You have those, and the mech. The mech was nice too. There were so many things that were really, really good. You just start building shit, and then suddenly you can get to so many places. I enjoy this so much. A meme just repeats the same thing over because someone mentioned rat. Okay. Yeah, I completely missed that one. My knowledge of the internet and memes is very limited lately. Ah. But yeah, I liked a lot doing it, playing that one. That's pretty good. I do like how do you call it? I do like survival stuff, but I have to be like in a certain mood for it. Like I'm not in the resource gathering mood all the time. You know, sometimes I just want to chill, and sometimes I just want to fight God or something, and then I just play Dark Souls or something else. But yeah, I do have. What was it? Wait, what was the name? Let me look at it. I do have like a few things that I tried. Do I have it here? I did have Don't Start Together. I did play it with friends for a while. It was pretty hard, but I liked it. I like the style of that game. I like playing with the one that sets everything on fire. It has a teddy bear. I used to play with that one. We didn't play that much, but it was a pretty good one. Far Cry. Which is Far Cry? Because I'm sure I know it by name. I don't know what it's about. Far Cry. Okay, they don't really tell me anything. I was trying to look and see if it was first person shooter with survival elements. I'm not really that good with shooters. Depends. I have played a few. I'm not really good at them. And it also depends a lot on my mood. Sometimes I'm more like, oh, you got me a flamethrower. That's a good weapon to have. It looks depressed. Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's reflecting the state of my life. Sometimes it happens. Depends on the tracking and depends on my expressions and stuff. It just existing. Hello, Rolando. There's some still who have creators that don't do their show any favor, like the guy behind the Devil May Cry Netflix show, constantly making people hate the show with his antics on Twitter. Yeah, sometimes people just should shut up and whatever they created would do way better. I feel like shooters depends on how I am doing at the moment. Because sometimes I enjoy them a lot and sometimes I'm just like, I can't deal with this. Also depends on the type. I don't know if it's way more shooter, like it's only a shooter, or if he has something else, or I don't know, the style. Maybe the visual style also helps. I'm not sure. Caffeine-free diet and is suffering. Maybe, yeah. Oh, a coffee sounds good, but I shouldn't. I would consider it though. I mean, I drank like a coffee, a latte, like a few hours ago before having dinner, so I shouldn't. I shouldn't be missing caffeine. Also, I took a nap. Today I took a nap, which is so nice. So nice. This squad speedrun is rank and it made me want to pick up the game again. Most games usually have an easy mode. Yeah, it's very nice. I do feel like it's better when games give you like an easy or like a story mode in case you want to just do the story and not suffer and you don't want the challenge. I feel like that's great. Also accessibility issues and stuff. I always feel like it's a good thing to have like a story mode. Or maybe you just don't want, you kind of want to just focus on the story because sometimes you're just so distracted. It happens to me a lot. You're just so distracted with everything else that's going on in the game that you just are not paying attention to the story or not paying attention to the documents or to whatever people are telling you. And I feel like it should have like they should have like that option if anyone wants it. Stuck in credit, not sure if Zero's so choking. Devil May Cry 5 had 9.9 million copies sold before the show came out. Yeah. I mean, at that point, just shut him up. He's not doing well. Someone get that account away from him. Ah. Fear. I have heard about Fear. I also heard about, I don't know what type of game it was. I think it was something else. But who was it? I don't remember the name. Wait. Stalker? I think it's Stalker with a dot between each letter. I heard about that one. I knew someone that really liked that one. Fear. Oh, I think I know this. A lot of it. I think I've seen something about Fear. Yeah. I have to Google everything that you mentioned just in case. It's an acquired taste. Yeah, the person that was recommending it to me a long time ago was talking about a few things that they found really cool about it. But it wasn't like, they weren't selling it like such a big thing, like it was perfect or anything, so... They were just like, oh, they have like really interesting features or really interesting mechanics and stuff, and they were talking about that. Really good AI, but it's because the person doing the AI worked with the level designer to make them really good. Like you will hear them say stuff like them saying he's behind the desk. Oh. And he will actually try to flank you and shit. It is nice that it's not just a general AI for the enemies. Perhaps Tomb Raider game to ease into the FPS games. I think I have a Tomb Raider game. I don't know which one. But I remember a friend telling me like, I don't know if I would recommend it to you. Because of, oh yeah, I have one of them. Which one is this? And what was this one? From 2013? One of the newer ones. I don't know from where I have it, but I have it. Screwed over by Resident Evil 5? How companies try to copy the formula but with worse results like the Space 3 and Fear 3. The first Arcane and I really wanted to get into it, but couldn't. People hype the atmosphere, sounded right up my alley, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, sometimes people hype it up so much that just it doesn't hit the same. A lot of climbing and heights and falling. Yeah, that's basically why my friend was like, I like it, but you would not survive it. this friend, I'm acrophobic, so I have a fear of heights. She's claustrophobic. She has a fear of tight spaces. She had a rough time with that one of the games. She was like, I hated that just because of certain parts. So yeah, whenever I think something is that will trigger her phobia, I'm just like, nope, I'm not even going to mention it. And she's also like, she sends me stuff sometimes that she likes, and I'm just like, no. And she's like, okay, yeah, I don't know why I even saying to you that. Hi, Pause. Love Tomb Raider reboots are fun if you want more action and less puzzles. Nice to know. I mean, I can always try stuff. I can always try stuff. I've survived quite a few things, so yeah, but I would have to be in the mood to try to do that. It really takes a lot. Like, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of mental capacity from me when I'm dealing with that. Subnautica? Oh, wait. You sent it to the Discord? Let me look. Oh, nice. Oh, it seems cozy. What I liked about Subnautica is that it had a very, how do you call it? It had a very distinctive image? Style. Style, that's the word. It had a very distinctive style, so even if you made your base and stuff, it kind of made sense where it was and the shapes and all. I don't know, I just really like how it looks. Are you looking for new games to play? No, we're just talking about what we like. It just came up. I mean, you can recommend something if you would like, but it depends on my wallet and my time. Stalker got a bad translation when first released in English, made it really hard to play due to some parts being unclear. Yeah, translations are really important. I played a lot of stuff that were fan translated because there were just no translation for them. Visual novels, for example. And sometimes you could see that it was a fan translation and you're just like, what the hell do you want? What the hell do you want to tell me there? I don't know. But I played it and I enjoyed it anyway. Why? Because there was no official translation. And then the official translations come out and they are the exact same quality. Sometimes. The process of 100% in Lies of P. Nice! Are you having fun? Is it a fun game? It seems very interesting. I'm very interested in Lies of P. Quality Squad is probably the most unique game. Looks turns off people, but to be honest, it brought me in. Reload by yanking your mouse down. Really? That's an interesting way to reload. Oh, the art book! Tell us afterwards when you get it, how it is. That's very nice. Nice to know that you're having fun with the game. It seems so nice. It looks so interesting. It looks so interesting. If I had the time. But yeah, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Little by little, I'll start getting some other stuff. For now, I got Resident Evil, so I can do that at some point. That would be fun. I had to finish Nine Souls. Nine Souls is so nice. I'm so happy I got my friend got me that game. I'm enjoying it so much. Yeah, I've heard really good stuff about Resident Evil. I got 1, the remake, 2 remake, 7, and I got 8. I cannot guarantee the quality of the stream because my poor PC is going to do her best. But yeah, They seem like really fun. Eliza P, I want to play it at some point. I don't think I want to do 2 Souls like in a row though. No, rest. You have to rest. Take your time. Playing too much of one kind of game, like all one after the other, is like, okay, too much sometimes. The idea is to not burn out. Don't get too burnt out. So to defeat the boss only for it to be really revealed. I beat the mini boss instead. And the main boss just have even no chance to rest. That's a bad move. I mean, it's a good move when you're not expecting it, but it can get very frustrating. Yeah. Oh, I didn't show it. I just put it on the screen. But look, I have Yi on the screen now. He has the little fairy, and he's drinking from a cup. Have him over there. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Hello, Hazy. Resident Evil 1 gives you a choice who to play as. One is objectively better to play. Also, we have different characters. Did a game... I already read that one. I was just getting confused with the chat again. No. Hello. Oh god. May hit after 9 souls, either Dusk, Blood West, Devonshire, or Proximate. I'm thinking Proximate's nice to just play something short every once in a while. Yeah. If you're playing things that are super long to complete and you want to complete them, it's just too much. Give me something that's like an hour. An hour long of a gameplay, that's it. Dino Crisis. That's an interesting pick. Oh god. More inventory space, better start a weapon. Oh. Yeah, sometimes it's just one of them is more of like a challenge. Or a little bit more unfair. However you want to see it. System Shock 2. Which is System Shock? Let me check. What is that? Don't think I know. I don't think I know System Shock. Doesn't sound like I've seen anything. For a while, I actually thought about getting Doom. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I just saw a weapon and I was just like, oh, Doom could be fun. But I ended up not getting it. It does sound like fun to just be shooting demons. Part of me kind of wants to. Oh, yeah, inspired Bioshock. Okay, I think we did talk about System Shock then. Okay. I think we did talk about it. I kind of unlocked a memory. Got burnt out of FPS years ago. Yeah, I mean, if you play too much of one thing, it can get boring. That's why one has to play a little bit of everything. Even if you think you're not going to like it too much. Kind of like, try it out. For example, I didn't really think I was going to like Dark Souls 1. I had actually played it a long time ago. I started playing it and I just did not continue it. Just left it there. Then I picked it up and I just loved it. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it's just the time in your life that you're at. Sometimes you need something more chill, and sometimes you need something more, I don't know, violent and gory, and sometimes you need horror. Sometimes you just need a story or a block of text in the screen. Like a visual novel or something that just sit down and read a novel basically with pretty pictures. I tried most things, yeah. When you're playing for like a long time, it kind of gets a little bit tiring to find things that caught your attention. Trolleys for random indie games. Ooh, that's nice. That's basically how I find stuff. Sometimes I find clips and stuff of people playing something. I'm like, oh, that seems nice. As long as it's not a spoiler. Labyrinth of the Demon King. It looked great and it seemed like this great interaction. Labyrinth of the Demon King. What is that? I just want to look at it. Why does it correct me to Drama King? Why? Oh, it's on Steam. Interesting. Very interesting. Why did they change it to Drama King? What the hell? I was so confused. A game where you're not the main character. Doom Eternal is sometimes great, extremely fast shooter action. Sometimes it looks really nice. Really, really nice. This one has a Silent Hill inspiration. Yeah, it looks kind of old. Which is not a bad thing, it's a style choice. Do you like the drama? I love the drama. I love chisme. Chismecito. Gossip. I obviously do. Silent One, you know, the Silent Hill games could be a good option too. I might try to get those. Maybe for Halloween. I mean, depends on my time, but maybe if we could, it would be nice for Halloween. Or kind of like October. Oh god. I sometimes I get ideas and it's just like so far in the future right now that I'm just like, you know what? I'll leave it for afterwards. And whenever I'm like, oh, it's already the end of the year. I haven't done anything. Yeah, it's to be expected from like older games to not have the best gameplay. But I think I played like really shitty stuff, so it's okay. It's okay. Except maybe the new one. Yeah, there was going to be like a new one. Or something like that, I heard. I have seen a few things of 4, I think. 4 is the room, right? I think I've seen a few things about that one. And for some reason, I know there is a really bad escort mission in that one. I don't know where I got that information from. I think my brain was like, oh, that one, bad escort mission. Don't play. Don't put yourself through it. Yeah, every game has like good stuff and it has bad stuff about it. It's very difficult to get like a total black and white opinion on them. I do understand if the like players are not of the same opinion. They don't agree with each other. That's what I wanted to say. I do kind of get it. And also, this is a matter of taste. Some people think one thing is more important than the other, and everyone's going to have like different stuff. So yeah, I can like a game and have someone else completely hate it because of very reasonable reasons. Uh, hmm. This one controller almost want to get a thing so I can connect it to the computer for a more authentic experience. Don't get the Silent Hill remake collection either. They lost stuff, so had to use incomplete assets. Some voice lines aren't great. Remake collection. Huh. Well, I guess the depends. Maybe not all remakes are better. Or is the remake collection something else? Oh, Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, I did see a few things about that one. I never got too interested in Metal Gear. It was a remake of Silent Hill games done on the okay. Yeah, when I hear remake of Silent Hill, I just remember the last one, and that one I heard good stuff about it, or the mod people made for it, from my understanding. You would have a lot of stuff. You have people that are like, no, the first one is better. Play the original, then play the other one, you know. But to each their own. Oh, the other day, I was kind of watching it on like the background while I was doing something else. There was a video essay about the remake for Until Dawn, with all the changes that they made to the game and why they just did not work. I like hearing people complain about stuff. Now that we're talking about remakes, I just remember that. And it was very interesting changes that they made that I just don't know why they did that. Yeah, the soundtrack was pretty awful. When I heard they put like differences, like they put parts of the story and stuff, and the change of music, it was so different. I don't know why they changed it. Like, is it because of copyright or something that they changed it? I'm not sure. I don't think of any other reason that they may have not used the original track. Metal Gear ports are awful from what I heard. The community have made better ones. Leave it to the community. The community knows what the community needs and what the community wants. Thank God the modding community exists. We wouldn't have so many things. I wouldn't have been able to play the version of Dark Souls that I have, the first one, if it wasn't for the DS fix. That the community made. But yeah, I remember seeing the whole video and I was just like, why? Thank God I didn't get it. I know that I had the money for it, but it feels like that, you know, like you make a port to PC and people are going to be like, oh, okay, I might just get it. It's no longer like a PlayStation exclusive. And then you're kind of like, oh no, why? I don't know. Feels like it may have ruined the first playthrough of many people because they just don't have the same intensity or the same type of experience as the original. Talking about Until Dawn. Signalis. Probably my favorite Silent Hill inspired games for gameplay. There's a lot of games that are kind of inspired in Silent Hill. I feel like it's such a pity for such an interesting franchise to have fallen that hard. I do know that the Silent Hill games up until some point that they just go downhill. Thank you, boss. Need to sleep super late. Maybe it's just a new game that the chill vibes. Thank you. Good night. Got scared by it. Good night. Rest well. Oh god. I got jump scared. Oh god. Started to copy Silent Hill 2 formula. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they kind of I feel like it's good to take inspiration and you know to feel like, oh, I want to do this other thing in my game, you know. And or maybe take like a few things and then do something totally different, but kind of inspired in something about that other game. But I don't know, I just feel like if you're going to have like a what do you call it, if you have a franchise that you want to develop and you want to do new entries into that franchise, you have to do more than that. Like, you have to know what you're doing and you have to know why the other ones worked. I don't know. I feel like that also happens with movies. Like, why did this one movie work and the rest didn't? And it's just people not understanding what people actually like. Yeah, indie games are pretty good. Like, some of the best experiences are from indie devs. Like, there's a few things. The things that yeah, when you don't have, how do you call it, when you have like a passion project, you're doing it for yourself, you're doing it with a small team, everyone is kind of in communication with everyone, you understand that you can't really just go around and do whatever you want, or you can't just lose time in something else because you're not getting anywhere. I feel like in a way smaller teams work way better than having hundreds of employees that end up miscommunicating everything because the people in charge don't know what they're doing. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people in those big developers that are really passionate and they have a lot of how do you call it, a lot of abilities and a lot of creative ideas, but the place where they are, they can't really use them to their full potential unless they go somewhere more like smaller or somewhere by themselves. There's people trying to make games $80 now. Yeah, it's just that I understand that video games are a commodity. They are just something that's nice, something that's comfortable. And like, I understand that, but making it even more expensive than it already is, You're just you know what? You're just kind of promoting piracy at this point. I don't think it's good. It is illegal. But, but yeah, you're just pushing for it. Even more now that there's like the whole, how do you call it? You just buy the digital copies. You don't really have like a physical nothing of it. And if they decide, no, we're not supporting this game anymore, then you can't have access to it. Like, why would you pay 80 for that? Like, Idle gacha games for a bit. Idle? Ah, indie. Yeah. Could be. I do hate a little bit idle games and stuff. Or AFK games. I'm just like, why would you play that? I have played a few. And I'm just... Why would I play this if the point is not playing? You know? Aren't worth $80 and there's games of the year games coming out at 40. Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. And it's not even a value because if you think about it, right? If I think about it and I think about the amount of hours that I put in games, in certain games, or someone else is like has thousands of hours in Elden Ring. I know that a lot of people have thousands and or hundreds even. If you start dividing the cost of the game that you paid for the amount of hours that you actually enjoy the game, it is not that expensive per hour. You actually got a lot more from that. And then you're having like games that are like super expensive just because they are expensive. And maybe you play them for what? 10 hours? 20? Or you could probably play them for hundreds of hours, but it's a repetitive mess. Like some of them. I'm not saying which ones. Trying to get the Resident Evil numbers by copying them. More action, less horror, microtransactions, making it co-op last minute, guns closer to Call of Duty. And the thing is that Dead Space worked because it was more horror oriented. And that's where they fucked up. Because I feel like yeah, if you have a game and you don't know what their strong points are, you fucked up. Like, you fucked up. You need to understand where's the worth on what you're doing. The original Dead Space, for example, 1 and 2 actually, they're pretty good. They are really good. They hold up really well. The atmosphere, the enemies, the world building. There's so many things on that game that's super interesting, and it leaves a lot of room for people to make theories, to analyze and stuff. And the fact that they decided to just throw that out of the window in favor of more action, I feel like it's a complete miss. Like, why would you do that? That was not the strong point of the game. Also, if you want to get, I don't know, co-op, for example, you want a little bit of co-op, right? You want to introduce it. Introduce it as an optional thing, not as a story thing. Not everyone wants to spend time with people. Not everyone has someone to play with, or someone that's willing to play with them. Why would you lock story out of it? Interesting clicker game called Face Miners, like 1999 aesthetic where you can make AI for harvest data, then the end of the game is the world being destroyed by AI. Nice. Put microtransactions into Dead Space 3 was wild. Yeah, like why would you do that? 1 and 2 were so nice. 1 and 2 were so enjoyable. I love them a lot. I had so many moments that I was just stressed out in Dead Space 1. I remember this Space 1 more a little bit. But I was just so on the edge of my seat being like, where are they? I can hear them. They are inside the walls. That was such a good game. Such good atmosphere and everything. I really, really loved it. The remaster was good? Was better? Nice to know that they didn't fuck up. Consider synopsis of the space. Today the market gets a guy cut. I love when people, I love when people put reviews of that sort of thing, like that. Sometimes I will look at the Steam reviews and stuff and be like, oh, maybe let's see what people are talking about in this game. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Out of context reviews are so fun. I really like those. Sometimes they don't even have anything to do with the game. Just with a certain part of it, it's just so fun. People get really creative on reviews, I have to say. I think how they added the sections of complete darkness or having to turn off oxygen was genius for the Dead Space remaster. Oh, they added stuff? To be honest, complete darkness is not something that I would enjoy, but we're fine, We'll be fine. Complete darkness seems like something that it would be so stressful. So stressful. The love triangle between Isaac the marker and his mental health. The marker wants to take everything. God, no. Poor Isaac. Deserves better. Deserves a rest. He went through too much on 1, then on 2 he didn't really have any time to get better. And then on 3 it seems that he also didn't have any rest. Change up the layout so if you play the original game you won't know exactly what's gonna happen next. Oh, nice. But the layout would work kind of the same as the first one, right? Because something that I really liked about Dead Space was the level design. And the map and everything. I really, really liked it. I guess it's like the same kind of idea, but made a little bit different. So people don't know what to expect. It's kind of nice. I really, really liked. I have very little bad things to say about Dead Space. Aside from the one part that I had to shoot whatever rocks were outside the ship, that part. That's the only part that I completely hated. Just because it was difficult to aim. It had nothing to do with the rest of the game for me. I don't know, maybe someone liked it. I didn't. I didn't like that part. It wasn't even because of my phobia of heights or anything. I was just like, no. Like Oshi, you go 1, 2, 3, then in the remaster you got 2, 3, 1, plus new jump scares, new areas, but measure story beats and stuff stay the same. Good. 3 takes place 2 years after 2. Basically, a guy breaks in Isaac's house to drag him back in the game, kicking and screaming. Poor guy. It was much better in the remaster, the rock shooting thing. They better have made it better. They should have made it better. To be honest, if I was an original, like I played the original and then got the remaster, I would actually think like they better have changed that. Oh god, those parts, then please be safe. Well, let's hope it's nothing. Let's hope it passes or I don't know, how is it called? Dissipate? Is it tornado season over there? I know that there's like they appear more frequently sometimes, but I don't know exactly how they work. I do know that there's like a general path that they made, but not that much more about it. Hope it's nothing. Hope it gets better. Oh god. I would be so stressed out. A place called Tornado Alley, but I don't live near there. They are pretty rare here. Yeah, but it seems that today you got the lottery tickets and stuff. 2 tornado warnings. That. Oof. Here, in my country, we don't really have many stuff like that. But there have been like a few people see it. The thing is that my country doesn't have many cities and stuff. It's mostly countryside in a lot of places. Like people are very concentrated in like very specific spots of the country. So generally we don't really see anything. But there are a few moments where you're in the highways and you're just like, that doesn't look like a storm passed by here. Like just a storm, you know? When there's just so many trees ripped out of the ground and stuff. And people generally had the idea that we don't have tornadoes here. But a few years ago, there was a city that got hit by a tornado for the first time. And it was bad. It was really bad. We just don't know how to deal with it. We don't know. So no one knew what to do. It was awful. It was a mess. It wasn't near where I was, but it really shocked everyone. We were just like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean there is? We didn't know. It was pretty bad. So yeah, now we know. Now we know that the possibility is there. Imagine the stress that we all went through. We're just like, oh no. Oh no, it can happen. I'll be fine, but it probably won't even come near me, but if it does, I got a safe place to go. Good. Like Texans with below freezing weather, yeah. Even, for example, snow. We don't know what snow is. If it ever snows here, I'm most likely going to be outside taking a video with me like, what the fuck is this shit? I've never seen snow. I never went anywhere with snow either, so I don't know what it is like. I know it's partially frozen water, but it's one of those things that you're just not really used to. And you're just like, oh, it can happen. And then suddenly it's an option and you're just like, oh no, I don't want to. I don't know if I want to. So yeah, thankfully we don't have, you know what, at this point we might as well just have an earthquake at some point. Like, who knows? We didn't think we would have a tornado and we did have one. It was pretty bad. Like it was I don't remember if it was a big one. I think it was pretty big. We didn't think of that, and now I'm like, oh, thankfully we don't have earthquakes. And then I was like, well, that could change. I hope not. We don't have construction against earthquakes, so that's going to be awful if it ever happens. Nothing to deal with it. Yeah. Below freezing, the thing is that some things, you have to consider things that if you never went through them, you wouldn't consider them. Turning her car on inside her garage. Yeah, no, yeah, those things are the most dangerous ones. Because of the CO2? Yeah, you just get intoxicated. Imagine being in a skyscraper, seeing a tornado as big as the building coming at you. At that point, just accept your fate, I guess. To be honest, I would not be seeing the tornado. I would just be locked up somewhere, just trying to pretend that nothing is going on. Either that or just try to get down to the bottom floor. or something. To be fair, depends on the type of building. Some buildings do have, like, if it's somewhere that you know there's going to be tornadoes, generally they do have like a place that most likely won't get damaged, because skyscrapers are designed to have like oscillation, to move back and forth, to maintain structural stability. So I would actually, I think I would panic just because of the building moving. Even if it's like 10 floors, it already moves a little bit. If it's like, well, all of them move just very little and you don't notice. But yeah, I would most likely panic because of it. I'm the type of person that if the floor has a very weird vibration, I would just already be feeling sick. So I wouldn't like it. But yeah, depends on the building. Some buildings are like better for it. Others, if you're near places with a lot of windows, I would get away from them. A giant counterweight inside of it to stop the building from shaking because of winds. Yeah, it also depends on the type of winds that you're getting. If it's super strong, obviously you don't want the building to move too much because it breaks, right? There is a limit to what the metal rods can resist when it comes to bending. And also the concrete. Concrete is not meant to bend. It's meant to be compressed. So you're going to have a moment where the building moves way too much, so it's just going to start cracking. But yeah, sometimes they do put like a counterweight, depending on. Sometimes it's like at the bottom. Sometimes it's a little bit more high up. Depends on the type of building. They do use that kind of in the center of it, kind of like a skeleton. It's just like so it moves a bit, but not too much. You do need it to move a bit, generally. Although the idea of a of a building moving is just really bad, is really bad. But yeah, they do move. There is a structural reason for that. Just like if you have really high temperatures, you need to take care of the concrete expanding. So you also need to leave a little bit of space for that to happen. It just expands and then goes back to normal with the cold. There's a lot of things in construction that depends on the weather. That's why weather changes are so difficult sometimes. Because if you're in a place that doesn't have much wind and suddenly you're getting a lot of wind, you're going to see a lot of damage in your construction. Or places that were never had a humid weather and have absolutely nothing against humidity. You're going to see a lot of damage. You could withstand the most stress for class. That was fun. I think I haven't done that myself. I've been in a class where people were doing that though. They're fun. They're really fun. There was one, they were doing it with pasta videos with with pasta, with the spaghetti. Raw, not cooked. That they have like there was an exercise that you would take that and you have to find a way to stack them up and glue them together so that they would be able to resist, making like a bridge or something. They were very fun. They were very nice to see. I have done a few models and stuff that withstanded absolutely everything and they didn't break. But that was more of it was well built rather than structural. It is pretty fun to make stuff. It's pretty fun. But there's a lot that you can do when you're trying to do those stuff for physics or even for civil engineering classes. There's a lot of ways that you can stack them up. Depends on how much you know of structures, and depends on how much they are going to give you. Depends, because sometimes they limit you with the amount of sticks that you can use. 2 wires completely the circuit finally, but it burned my fingers. First attempts are not the best ones. It's like for me, the first time I used there's I don't know how to call it. There's a glue, like a contact glue here that we use, that we call it gotita. La gotita. It means like the droplet in a very direct translation. That's the how we call it, because you only need one drop and it would stick everything together. And there's so many of us that were getting artists. We were trying to build whatever we were building, right? And we're using that, right? And then at some point it's just like, why can't I get my fingers? Why can't I separate my fingers? So many of us had our fingers glued, like our thumb and our index finger glued to each other. We're like, fuck! It is a type of super glue. And it's just like one little drop, and it would just use your skin, and it would also kind of burn you a little bit. But it's like such a classic thing. It's like a canon event for anyone that wants to build anything. You kind of glue your fingers together and you're just like, how do I get out of this? You will be spending like half an hour trying to get your fingers unstuck. And everyone will be like, are you dumb? We don't have time for this. How much space does your model take up? What? Which one? The models that I was doing? What are you talking about? Did I miss something? But yeah, I feel like there's a few canon events on stuff that you use or you do, and you're just like, was it avoidable? Yes, because people told you that happened. Was it actually avoidable? No. Everyone goes through it. Same when you're like doing your best to make stuff and you're cutting things and suddenly you just slice open your finger and it's just like, damn it. I'll be right back. Just go put a bandage on it and then continue doing what you were doing. A 3D model take up on your computer. Well, depends on the model. I don't have any 3D model. Devil May Cry 5 is only $8. Yep. I got it. There's a lot of... Depends on the 3D models. Depends on what you're using it. Like, depends on a lot of stuff. Depends on the program. Depends on the amount of detail. And depends on the amount of assets that you're having. But what 3D model are you talking about? 3D for life? To be honest, I know how to 3D model, but I don't have the patience. I've tried, I want to learn Blender, but I never found the moment to sit down and start doing shit. It would be fun to do something in Blender. Some little stuff, little trinkets, that would be great. But yeah, for now I'm just doing 2D stuff. Oh, I'm kind of working on a few things and I'm just happy with how they are turning out. I have like a few sketches of how I want stuff to be. But yeah, I hope I can advance a little bit more in these next few weeks but doesn't seem likely. I have so much to do. Base or complete game? I'm not sure. What do you mean complete? Yeah, Devil May Cry 5 is like... How much was it? 202 pesos? There is something else. I have... The one that I have in library, I have... I think I bought the Devil May Cry 5 Deluxe plus Vershel. I think I have that one. I don't know. I think I even googled like which one should I get or something. And there's like a guide or something. Sometimes I do that. I try not to get spoiled or anything and just like there's a sale for all of them. You can play as Bershel then. I don't know who Bershel is. Can I Google it without getting spoiled? Oh, nice. Okay. I think I've seen something about that character. I'm trying not to read anything that appears. Looks cool, though. I don't know who that is, though, so... I'll find out. Seems like a very interesting character. Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, if you're thinking about the... Oh, how is it called in English? La Divina Comedia? That was written by Dante and it goes through the rings of hell and stuff, and limbo. It would make sense because Dante is the Vershel, I think. Was it the Vershel was the basically someone that he admired and he just made a fan fiction about himself meeting him. Basically. It's a very interesting book. Dante is the MC for most games, yes. Dante is such an interesting character too. Yeah, guy, kind of. Sometimes I kind of forget stuff because Dante is called the same, right? But Vershel in Spanish is Virgilio. The name is different, so sometimes I'm just like, what? And then I'm like, oh. It's a very weird book. It's very interesting, though. I read it in high school. Quite some time ago. It was pretty interesting. It was very, very weird at some points. But I mean, I read weirder. Weirder? I don't know. I love action games that embrace the extra. Yeah. It's just so good. Do you read all 3 parts or just the first? I read quite a lot. I think I read all of them. I've forgotten so much. Thing is that I had to read it for literature class. I can't pronounce literatura in English. Literature? I hate that word. The one where you need to read books and classics and stuff and analyze them. I really like when you have that one character. Here's the thing. You can have a character that's arrogant and I'll hate it. And you can have a character that's arrogant They know they are arrogant. They are super, super cocky. You can have a character that's like an amalgamation of all things that shouldn't happen in real life and still have him be charismatic. That's basically Dante. I know that if I ever looked at that guy in real life, I would hate him. But I love him in the video game. Like, I love his character. I'm just like, hell yeah. Every time he does something unhinged. I love it. He's an idiot. They call it English here. No, here we call it... The thing is that we have Spanish class and then we have literatura. It's just reading classics and analyzing them, but it's completely different from Spanish class. Colleges are class that are for specific times and places. Maybe, yeah, if you go there. I don't know, there's like a distinction between Spanish class and literature. I swear I'm trying. I feel like I'm butchering that word so much. There's like a difference. We do have like Spanish classes up until like 15 years old or something like that, but we also start having literature as a separate subject from Spanish. Very charismatic and self-assured, but everyone liked them. Yeah, charisma can take you a long way. Unfortunately. If you put all your stats in charisma and you're a useless person and you're awful, some people are still going to like you. Yeah, kind of like classical, but I don't think we look at the same things. For example, one of the things, we did a little bit of Shakespeare too. We read Hamlet and some other stuff that I don't remember because I didn't like it. As much as I appreciate Shakespeare as what he was, I don't like his works too much. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing so much context to actually like Shakespeare stuff. Like, I don't know what this is about. Whenever I hear someone talk about Shakespeare and they actually know, like they actually know about him and they know about the time period and they know about absolutely everything, I find it so fascinating. But when I'm reading it by myself with no knowledge of it, I'm just like, no, this is not for me. I need someone to explain the joke to me. So yeah, we did like Shakespeare, we did Dante's Inferno, we did... Well, Dante's Inferno is kind of like how I call it in English, but I don't know if it's actually in English. Here is the Divine Comedy or something like that. La Divina Comedia. If IRL follows special stats, I would put in everything into luck and charisma, trying to get us least average or below average everything else. I would need some luck. That would be great. Stuff from Rome, Britain, ancient Greece, some American. Shakespeare got translated to something readable. I think we actually read part of the Iliad. La Iliada. I think we actually read something about that. I don't remember. Absolutely nothing. Aside from a character called Patroclo. I just don't remember anything. Divine Comedy here too. Okay, sometimes translations are weird. That's why I sometimes ask. Then I think we got a lot of stuff that are from... Some that are from Spain. Some that are from here, actually. We did a few of the horror stories about Horacio Quiroga, which are Really weird, by the way. Traumatizing for me at 13 years of age. They're pretty gory. They're very interesting, though. Then, what else did we do? We did a lot of stuff. I don't remember stuff because I didn't like them. There was even one work that we supposedly need to read it completely. And someone, like our teacher, was very much into just making a lot of questions that were from memory. And for this one, it was a really long book, right? We were allowed to have the book with us. And me, being a procrastinating person, I never do anything in time. I never read it. And I just went to the test like that with the book in hand. And the teacher was making all the questions. And they were like, okay, chapter 5. And they just were asking questions and stuff. And I just read it on the spot. The parts that I needed. I had like an idea about this story. Just a tiny idea from going to class, but I never read it. So yeah. Just relying on my memory a little bit and reading a little bit in the test. I did well. I don't know how. I'm sometimes you're just not proud of yourself. Because you're like, no, I should have studied, I could have done better. But I'm actually proud of that one. My teacher was a piece of shit. And that was a very bad story too. I'm not reading that. Ever had to read Edgar Allan Poe? We weren't exactly told to read. I've read a few things outside of school. I just don't love it. I rarely ever just finished a book. Bit of Edgar Allan Poe. Don't remember anything though. I just remember a little bit. I just didn't enjoy it as much. ChatGPT has destroyed education. The thing is, I've seen it more and more. People just don't know how to write anything. Like if you ask them, hey, can you write something? Can you write a report? People just don't try it anymore. And I'm worried about that. I'm the type of person that I just don't use it. I just write. And I stay quite a little bit trying to write something coherent. Because it helps me too. With my dyslexia, writing things down and forming phrases and stuff helps me a lot. It's something that I shouldn't stop doing. Because if I stop doing it, I'm going to be making a lot more mistakes than I actually am now. So yeah, ChatGPT is it's like a good tool for certain things, but people are using it for absolutely everything, and that's the issue. I don't know what The Great Gatsby is for. It's about. I never got it. I never had to read it. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's how the brain works. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. And I notice myself like getting worse with my dyslexia sometimes. And I'm just like, nope. We're not going back to that. Nope. There's a movie. The Great Gatsby. I don't know what that is about. What is this? Novel by Scott Fitzgerald. I just know that's I know that Fitzgerald is the character in Bungo Stray Dogs. That's the only thing I know. Is the movie good? Wait, movie. From where was it? Oh, it's with Leonardo DiCaprio? Is it that one? Or is there like an older one? Hmm. He has Leo. Oh, okay. Shutter Island. I have watched it. Wait. Give me a second. Is it the one that I'm thinking of? Yeah, I have seen it. Like a long time ago. I have seen it. It's a good movie though. It's a good one. I enjoyed it. I think I don't remember as much, but I have seen it. I swear I have. Leonardo DiCaprio is the one I saw. Good. Some movies I kind of remember seeing them, and others are like, I think I saw it. I know I saw it. I don't remember what happens in the middle. Like, I remember bits and pieces and stuff. Not too much. But yeah, The Great Gatsby, I got Gatsby. There you go. That one I know I haven't because I don't know what it's about. I have no idea. As long as it's not a musical, we're fine. I cringe so much at musicals. There's very little musicals that I don't cringe at. And it's not that many. Joker 2. Yeah, I know that one is pretty weird. Like, why would they do that? But no, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it at all. Yeah, for just the first movie was so good, and I feel like the second one just felt quite hard for like a continuation of the first one. Here's the thing: sometimes I feel like movies should stay as a one-time thing. Sometimes they shouldn't have done a sequel in certain cases. Dun, dun. Doing it on purpose? Did we want to make anything else? Well, sometimes you can actually think like, yeah, they kind of did it on purpose. There's no other explanation for it. Sometimes it's just so weird. Well, same with what we were saying about video games. You have to understand what made it a success in the first place. What did people like about it? And yeah, sometimes they miss. They totally miss. Not the best. Not the best. Hmm. What was it? I feel like I wanted to say something and I completely forgot. Dislike the movie game? Games that are based on movies? Ah, wrong audience like the movie. Why are you angry? You made money from it. I mean, I guess what type of situation it was. Like The Last of Us that tried to be like, okay. So it's more like a cinematic experience more than an actual game. I don't really mind interacting movies, as they call it. But I kind of understand that I don't want to be like 6 hours looking at a screen just pressing buttons. I feel like it's nice that now there's a little bit more variation. There's a little bit more of a, I don't know how to call it. Like they are mixing stuff. I don't know. I just like it. I feel like, for example, Outlast 1 or 2, anyone. They do have like the chase sequence and stuff, which is good. They are very enjoyable for a first playthrough. They are very good. I enjoy those too. They could be a movie if they wanted to. Yeah, they're making an Elden Ring movie. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how they would do that, but I don't know. I don't even know if I would watch something like that. Street Fighter game based on a movie based on the game full circle. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have, you can't. How is it? You can't deal with your enemies, join them? Trying to make a live action film? League? Ah, like League of Legends? Why would you do a live action? Arcane did super well, but Arcane I feel did super well. I know the story is great. I haven't seen the second season. I'll get to it eventually. But also because of the characters and the style and the animation combination that they did. That is great. Arcane's animation, I love it. This whole style of Arcane is great. The 3D with hand painted textures, love it. Ah, Black Myth Wukong seems very interesting. It is very interesting. I kind of like the idea that you're a. I know his song Wukong is not exactly one, but I like the idea that it's a monkey. I really like it. And also a lot of the characters are from the Chinese mythology, right? If I understood it correctly. It seems very interesting. Finally, it's extremely funny that the Sonic films are the best movies based on games. Seems like they are. I haven't seen any. I was never really a fan of Sonic, so I wasn't going to watch it. From League of Legends, I would have been much more skeptical. You didn't know? I mean, I kind of, I think Arcane dropped, and I just completely didn't care for like 2 years. And then suddenly I was like, you know what, I'll watch it. And I watched it, and I was like, okay. Okay. And I really liked the first season. I haven't seen the second one. I'm always delaying it for whatever reason. I just knew that there was a lot of praise for it. First Sonic movie takes Sonic and Eggman from the game and puts them in a road trip movie. However, the second and third ones really kick the films into high gear. Good. I mean, good for them. They made an intentional murder into accidental one. Oh. Was it to keep it family friendly? Well, that's TV arc. Sometimes you need it. Sometimes you need to just go back to some older pieces of media and you're just like, yeah, I'm enjoying this. There was a moment where I just started watching all the anime that I watched when I was little. I was watching Cardcaptor Sakura, I was watching Inuyasha, and I was just, it just came to a point that I just wanted to sit down in the ground and look at the TV from way down near the floor, being like, I'm a child again. This is Blood of Sonic 3, Sonic Adventure 2, tweaking them a bit to make them work as movies. Nice. Let's make the villain less justified. Ah, okay. So yeah, that messed up with the justification of a character. I get it. But yeah, sometimes you just need to find some older stuff. Whew. Mm. But yeah, some changes. I wait. Which one was the one that they were making a live action film for? How to Train Your Dragon? Something like that. I feel that one people were very worried, but it was the same director from the animation one. Apparently he did a good job of it at it. I haven't watched it. I watched the first ones. I haven't watched the live action or anything. I don't even know if it came out. But apparently people were pretty happy with it or something. Is the rating didn't intentional child murder? I guess so. It was shot, the Shah remake. Live action film has a smaller budget than the original film. Yeah, I guess so. Animation can get very expensive. Although live action films have a lot of animation included because they use CGI so much. What's a few million difference? I mean, the thing is that, yeah, CGI costs a lot of money. Not only money, but they cost a lot of time. So yeah, I will be worried too about the dragon's screen time. Because they really need to make it work well. And there's a lot of times when people are like, oh, just fix it in post. Fix it in post. They end up being way too overworked. Honestly, they is very badly organized, managed. The the work that they have to do and the times that they give them. That's why when you can do stuff practical, do it practical. Yeah. Yeah. Completely. Like totally practical. That's one thing. I'm remembering something. This is the whole other side of it, right? Like completely different. But there's a series that I watched on Netflix a long time ago. It was was it something The Dark Crystal? It's made with puppets and physical sets. And there's a behind the scenes that is so nice that you see they have like a whole stage with all the scenery and stuff. And they have like trails, like all the scenery is elevated so the people can just duck their head into the floor and use the puppets. And then with CGI, they kind of do the expressions in the face of the puppets, and it's so good. Let me think. Something that are. It's a really good one. Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, something like that. I don't remember if it's a good show. I just loved the practical effects and all the stuff. Because you clearly know that they are puppets. And I don't know, it just adds a little bit to the fantasy. I don't know. Just really loved it. Also, they look really cool. And I love practical effects. I feel like it's such an interesting thing to be able to walk around the set like a stage with all the props and stuff. I just find it super cool. In Hollywood's #1 rule, no child deaths on screen. They broke it spectacularly in that movie. That was the where the evil lurks or whatever. Is so fucking disturbing, but it wasn't made by Hollywood. I think it was Argentina. Horror film in 2013. Like the Kill the Way. Well, yeah, that could be. I am not really sure which one it is. But yeah, if you can do it practical, do it practical. And then a little bit of CGI. Just don't make it all CGI. It's not going to be worth it. Blumhouse bought Saw? Back with its original creators now. I haven't seen any. Bebop spend a lot of money, greenlight lots of Marvel shows, leave and get replaced by another Bob. Cost goes up, but profit goes down. Replace other Bob, blame other Bob, and claim to be saving Disney. Oh god. No. About to spoil Saw for you. I'm going to forget, most likely. I haven't seen it, and honestly was not... I don't think it's something I would see for the story. Is it a big spoiler? I don't know, maybe there's lore. There's Saw's lore or something. I'm not really sure about it. I haven't seen any, so I can't tell you. There is lore. Oh, interesting. Like lore fleshed out, or is it more like a community service to flesh out the lore? I don't know. I always thought it was just a bunch of people getting killed, and that's it. The main killer got killed in the third film. They killed him early. They got rid of him. Now he's just a menace. Saw 10? So the last one? Interesting. He's put into a saw trap because he smokes too much was super funny. What? I'm not going to question... You know what? I'm not going to question Saw's reasons or methods of torture and death. You know? That's not the point. I think the point is just to see it. I'm not questioning anything. Too much work. It is a really fucked up movie. But who doesn't like fucked up movies and stuff and stories? To make them appreciate life. Are you sure that's what they wanted? I feel like there are better ways of making people appreciate stuff. Yeah, I don't know enough about Saw. If you tell me they deserved it, then I believe you. Samuel Jackson was in the Saw, in a Saw film. I mean, there's 10 of them. A lot of people were there, most likely. Mostly after they became popular, I would guess. There's a lot of stuff that I'm just... Like, I know about them because I've seen them around. I just haven't seen them myself, or I've seen parts of it. One of the worst. Hello, Scary Movie. I remember they did a parody on Sunday to watch the Scary Movie movies. I have to say, it is not the humor that I enjoy. I try to like so many stuff, and I just no. It just I don't vibe with them. There's a few movies that that has happened to me. I'm just like no. I don't know. I just don't find it funny. Pero para gustos colores. Anyone can like what they like. I wonder if I would still like it. Yeah, it depends. I mean, if you like it, then better. Sometimes it's just I guess sometimes whenever I'm like, oh, I kind of want to rewatch this, and I'm just like, do I actually want to rewatch it? Like, am I going to have the same fun, or I'm just going to ruin it for myself? And then I end up not rewatching. And being lazy. Original people are coming back for it? Like the original people that created the first one? I hope it goes well. I hope it goes well for them. And for the people that like it. For me, I'm just going to keep it away from me. The Star Wars prequels? Yeah. I don't know. I've seen them. I didn't get obsessed with them. I didn't love them. To be fair, I didn't love Star Wars as a whole. I like them enough. But yeah, I wouldn't rewatch them. And if I rewatch some of them, I would rewatch the first 3. Not the prequels, the other ones. Like for me, this like how do you call it? There's a difference with how I remember stuff and how it actually happened, or how it actually was. Because sometimes you're like, oh, this was so good, and then you kind of watch it and you're like, it's kind of predictable, isn't it? Like with the mind of a child or like a teenager, you would look at it and you're like, oh yeah, I actually enjoyed it, and you're just like, nah. At this point, it happens to me. It happened to me with some books too. That on a first reading, I would be like, oh, this is nice, and then whenever I kind of think about it, I'm like, it wasn't as good as I thought it was. Maybe what I liked was the potential that it had and not exactly the execution of it. It happened to me with the Red Queen or something like that. I like the idea. I did not like the execution of it. I hated it so much. One with a good opener, 3 people trapped, took handcuffed to each end of the table. Woman in the middle. Being lowered by a giant saw in the middle, the guy has to move the saw to pick who dies. Turns out that he was too timing them. They realize he ain't worth it. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, morally, is it really necessary to get someone dead just because of that? Revenge of the Sith is way better than the first two. Yeah, so I think certainly that one is a little bit better. The first one is kind of like meh on the prequels, from what I remember. The first one is just like, is there. The memes were good. That is true, Chrysalis. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen them. A long, long time. Ah. The one that I really liked and then I saw again, and then I was like super happy that I saw again, is mostly animated stuff. I did watch Atlantis again, and I liked it anyways. Treasure Planet too. I really like those. It's kind of nice that they say this is just a one-time movie. Bad for the studio and the people that wanted to do more shit like that, but I feel like they are very nice, even though they aged very badly when the 3D comes in, but I feel like it's pretty good. I loved them a lot as a child and I like them now. But there were other things that I remember when I was a kid, like some anime that I watched, and I was just like really happy watching them, and then I tried to watch them when I was a little bit older, and I was like, what the hell is this? I watched Stranger Things? Nope. Haven't watched anything about it. Not even like a minute. I never felt like I liked. You know when it's like a series everyone is praising doesn't call you at all? That's what sometimes happens to me. People are like, "Oh, this is so great. You should definitely watch it." I'm just like, that is not for me. I also haven't watched Squid Game. I never watched it. People were praising it left and right, and I just never thought about watching it. It's like maybe I could have been like, oh, maybe I watch it. You know, people are giving a lot of praise, right? Same with Game of Thrones. It's just not for me. To be honest, the over the top. What was it on the Game of Thrones? The first season there was a lot of sex scenes. I was just not interested in having that in my TV, and I was just like, nope, we're not doing this. Like I don't want to watch something that I would have to skip most of it because there's just so much nudity on them. I'm just like, no. Also, after this, also the ending of Game of Thrones, people got really mad about the last season. It's a pity. And also I think the writer, the author, is not finishing the books. So yeah, a lot of people are suffering because of that. I think the story became too big and yeah, got out of hand. I do have to say, Game of Thrones has really nice soundtrack. I feel like it's kind of wasted. What kind of ending was it? I don't remember. I never saw it. I've seen a lot of people complaining though. No, it wasn't that type of ending, but it was kind of like too many loose things that never got resolved, I think. Characters completely destroyed because reasons. Like it didn't really fit what the first seasons that got a lot that kind of captivated a lot of people. It didn't feel like the same thing. Apparently, from what I heard, I haven't seen it, so I can't say anything from experience. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, there's all the problems. Ah, okay. Mm. It was like 11:30. Not that late. I thought it was later. I was just like, wait, what time is it? Yeah. I feel like in a way it could have been like a better ending if actually Disney didn't want to fuck everything up. And unfortunately, that's what everyone got. Kill counts and stuff like that because it ruined every movie coming out. It's like watching a short form of a movie. Kill counts. Like just counting who gets killed. Or is it something else? To be honest, I have stopped watching a lot of trailers. Because sometimes I would be... You know when Netflix shows you trailers of things that you can see? And they end up spoiling stuff? Sometimes I'm just looking at the trailer and I'm like, why did you show me that? You just took all the fun of watching whatever you're offering me. Like, is it a suspense that, for example, I'm going to throw whatever example I can think of. Imagine they're giving you a trailer for a suspense where the whole point of the series or the movie is not knowing what's out there, right? And not knowing if whatever the person is hearing or whatever the person is seeing is or thinks it's seeing, because you don't really see it in the trailer. And you don't know if it exists or not. You don't know what's going on, right? And then at the end of the trailer, they show you a spoiler that it actually is a monster or whatever. And you're just like, well, you just made it boring. Why would you do that? At this point, I'm just like, no trailers for me unless it's like very short. Very, very short. Because they end up spoiling stuff. I feel like when I was little, trailers didn't spoil you. At least didn't spoil the plot. They show me so much right now in trailers that I'm just like, what's the point of watching it? Now the author has no idea how to end it, which is why he's stalling. He saw the reception and he was like, nah. No. Will count the kills in a movie or do like everything wrong with it and explain every plot point? Oh, everything wrong with that type of channel. I used to watch it for things that I already watched. They were pretty fun. The ending tried to subvert expectations, like having a main character turn evil, main villain taken down by someone else, abuse victim come back to abuser, throne given to random character. Yeah, just random bullshit go. I guess they were just they had dice and they were just casting the dice and see whichever place they ended up in. Which for some reasons I don't think is a bad idea, but for something that was so complicated as I understand Game of Thrones was, I suppose that wasn't the best. So yeah. Not the best course of action. Even for the finale, you know, like, come on. Like, I never watched it and I didn't care for the series, but I really felt a lot of pity when people were watching the finale and it was just that. There were a lot of people that were really angry or really sad that they couldn't just get a really good finale for it, which is understandable. Imagine just following something from the day it releases and you're like, I haven't watched The Walking Dead either. I haven't anything that's like a long series that's very popular, I haven't watched. I have not. Like, I know things about The Walking Dead. I haven't watched it. Okay. I feel like Walking Dead is kind of like goes down the path of every zombie apocalyptic world. That first you're, correct me if I'm wrong, but your first problem are the zombies, and then at some point the zombies are just not a problem anymore. They're just there. And they have just become a secondary thing, and the problem is the drama between the people. And then it's just watching a drama. No, I haven't. I haven't seen Breaking Bad either. I haven't seen anything. I've seen like very little stuff when it comes to series because I don't have the patience to follow nothing. Even when it was like on the TV a certain day, a certain time, I was just like, nope. I would see them until like a certain point and then I would just not follow them anymore. Like I would just get burned out. Happened to me with Supernatural. It happened to me with the Vampire Diaries that I was watching at some point. Like I just have no way of being consistent. And then Netflix and the streaming services came up and I was just like, too many episodes, moving on. Ow. I don't even think I get that far in Supernatural. I watched a few. I liked the first seasons, but then I just forgot its existence. There's no better way to explain it. I just kind of forget that it existed, and then I was like, oh, I missed like a few weeks, and then I was like, I don't understand shit. And yeah, I never picked it up again. I feel like it's a really good one. I have rewatched like the first few chapters. I liked it. I feel that with a lot of series, they just go on for way too long for me. Like, I don't need any more. Just give me an ending. Like, I love, I've been seeing like some video essays about the Vampire Diaries, right? Because I actually did get quite far on that one, believe it or not. And I just missed a few of the episodes, but who cares? And I hadn't watched the final one, the final season, and like the two final seasons or something like that. I was missing, and I was just like, fuck, they really went to a place I didn't think they were going. They fucked up so hard in so many things. And honestly, I love hearing people complain about shows. I love it. Give me a 5-hour video about someone going through the whole story of a show that they love and hate at the same time. Big entertainment. Like, I liked the first season or two, and then the rest was just out of habit. Some characters were just destroyed. Some characters deserve better. Bonnie, for example. And some characters were great as villains. They should have stayed a villain. It's not supposed to be at the apocalypse. It's supposed to end at the apocalypse of popularity cost to keep it going. Yeah, popularity can, it's better to have a good ending, like a well-made ending, than have than just keep running. Hi Owen, hello. What's the big news? What did you platinum this time? I don't know, maybe something else. Enjoy interview with a vampire. I tried to read the book for that one. I just couldn't enjoy it. I did like Lestat the Vampire though, which is the second entry of that. I did like the other ones, and I also like the Queen of the Damned uh, book. That's also from the same series as Interview with a Vampire. Not bad. Not bad. I could have read the other books, and I honestly just couldn't. I was just like, I'm fine with this. Congratulations, Owen! Congratulations! Celebration is in order. Good for you, good for you. Accept the good things life has given you. And treat them well. When a show is super popular, it's the point where they just keep going because they have to, and the writers have no more things they want to tell or explore with the series. That's the thing, you just can't force it. You can't force it. Like, you really need to have like a direction that you want to go, and if you have said everything that you wanted to say, you have done everything you needed to do with the characters, and there was a moment where you can wrap it all up with a nice bow. You can just be like, I don't know, I prefer things to have a good ending. Not, look, it can be a bad ending, okay? But I'm talking about quality, okay? It could be a tragedy for all I love tragedies. It could be a tragedy, or it could be like everyone dies type of thing. As long as it's a good, well thought out ending, good. That's exactly what we need. But if you're going to be like, oh, the show is super, super popular, I'll just keep it going, that's not going to end well. Because you're going to run out of things to do, and then it's going to get either repetitive, nonsensical, and then just what people are just going to get frustrated with you. Feels like The Simpsons is also season 40. God, that's a long running one. X-Files went the same after Mulder left it. Fell off for me. Did they leave? I didn't get that far, see? I didn't even know. Recently had a bad season finale. Terrible writing anyway, but the finale for the show was so bad. Which one was it? This season is currently way better than the other ones have come before. Good. Doctor Who was really good, but it felt like it ran out of ideas. I saw Doctor Who, like the first Doctor. And then I just did not continue seeing it. I know that there's a really good storylines with the other Doctors. I just remember the first one. That's the one that I saw. You're sent from a casting Tom Huddleston as Doctor Who. Hello. No vas a dormir acá. No, no. My dog came into the room. Oli. I'm streaming. She's here. Yeah, she's here. But you're not sleeping here. Go. Afuera. Afuera. Vaya. So many sci-fi concepts and horror ideas. Yeah, that's the part that I really liked. I really liked that. Like, it was combining like a lot of stuff, so it was really fun to watch. There was a female doctor? I don't remember. I never got there. The budget cut in the past few seasons. It's better to cut it somewhere good than actually get to this state where you can't really end it. Can your dog respond to commands in English and Spanish? Is bilingual? I took her in it, whatever. She understands tone of voice though. The way you say things. Not exactly what you're saying. So she kinda does. 9th to the 12th. Really good. We got a 12? So many of them. She kind of came in with my sister. So she's already. What are you doing here again? Yes, 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 yes. She came through the door and just flopped her head on the bed, being like, "Can I get up? Can I come up?" No, it's just like no. She's just sitting behind my chair, looking at me because she wants she wants to go on the bed, and I don't want to. And also the bed is he's not in conditions for her. Todd Spartan dice que te quiere, Arwen. I told her, Todd Spartan, that you love that you love her. Doctor is always old. Always? Was it? So 10 and 11 for peak. Nice. The Harry Potter character had tunicles, which isn't a lot, but weirdly happened twice. Interesting. I didn't know that. I completely, yeah, I did not watch Doctor Who too much. I watched it like a long time ago with the first Doctor, maybe. And then I just, no. I loved how do you call it? How cartoonish it was in a few things. It was pretty nice. He had really good ideas. I feel like it was very nicely executed. They kind of solved you the situation. Sometimes it was a bit confusing, but then you finish the episode and you were like, ah, now I get it. It's just kind of nice. But yeah, it's like a lot of episodes, a lot of seasons. Only superior in one aspect, you're better at dying. I don't know what the context of that is, but it's pretty interesting line. I wasn't going to watch a series that has so many lost episodes. Just watch Doctors 9 to 11. It's kind of interesting because it's like, I don't know. I always think that in other stuff it's like season 1, season 2. This is like, no, Doctor number 6. Like, what? If you don't know what Doctor Who is about, then you're kind of confused. I know that they changed, even if I didn't get too far into it. The Weeping Angels were great. The first appearance, oof. I loved it so much. I really liked that one. That's why I'm scared of statues now. The Weeping Angels was one of my favorites. I remember that one so vividly. So vividly. It's great. ¿Qué estás haciendo? ¿Qué inventas? Afuera. Escucha. Vaya. Yeah, take care. Yeah. There you go. Cerra la puerta un poco. Yeah, thank you. The door, yeah, she's still insisting, but yeah. He's out of the room. Stuck in the basement with the baby statues. Ooh, that was so weird. Yeah. A lot of things about the master. That was a woman during the 12th Doctor's run. I think I did too. I've heard very little about the last ones. I really feel like there were so many good shows. And sometimes you're like, oh, I may just watch them again. Right? But then at some point they kind of fuck up and ruin it for everyone. I don't really enjoy starting something and then feeling the love for the series get drained out of me. I guess no one enjoys it, but I hate noticing that something is just going very bad. I'm just kind of terrified of just ruining that. As we were saying, it's kind of like I have good memories of some Doctor Who episodes, and maybe if I see them now, I'll just be like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Thomas the Tank had a bad fall off. Yeah. Want to watch a new show? Watch a same musical slop. Sometimes you're craving trash. I know I've been reading trash. Finally ever stops when everyone jumps off. But with analogy. I understood you. At this point, I'm not even watching something new. Like, I tried to watch something. I tried to watch Frieren, but I watched the first episode, said, oh, that's good. And I just didn't continue. At least I tried. I'm not saying it's bad. I just... It's just that I was like, oh, nice animation, nice characters, nice this, nice that. And I felt like the first episode was already good enough. And I just didn't keep, I didn't keep going. Or I did like chapter 2 and I was just like, eh. I got like that with video games. Well, to be honest, I probably wouldn't have. I never played Nine Souls if you didn't push me to play it so I could watch it on stream. I did not push you to do anything. You did it by yourself. I feel like there was a little bit of an intention to play it at some point already. I just set everything in motion. And it's a good game. Back to watching Solo Leveling. Keep you first few episodes where he's struggling. Yeah. I think it's not even where he's struggling. I think that the one thing that bothers me the most in the Solo Leveling adaptation is how much he changes visually in 3 chapters. I can't. It's a little bit more subtle in the manhwa. Tiny bit. A little tiny bit. More like little by little, but yeah, and on the anime I think it was just like boom, suddenly he's super tall and muscular. It's just like, whoa, that's a lot. God, that was pretty funny in the anime. I don't know. I feel like I understand why. Also, it's a very how do you call it? It was a very fast-paced animation, though. So it's okay. I understand why they did it like that. I can't be spoiled. It's enough motivation to finish it. Good. Keep it that way. Finish your games. You're going through some of your backlog. I'm proud of you. But yeah. I feel like Solo Leveling was like nice. I don't know. Story wise, we all know how it is. Like, animation was cool. It was hype as hell. Story is still bland. One can like stuff and also not like some stuff about it. It's not perfect. But yeah. I watched it, but I watched it like super. Sometimes I just skip parts because I already knew the story. It was very. If I want to watch that show, it looked very generic. It is generic. It's super generic. It just has good animation and a fan base. Hello, gamer hats. Hi. Stories, man. It really excels at the fights. Yeah, the fights are good. The manhwa art is good. The character design is cool. That's about it. Coming from someone that read the novel, the novel wasn't that much better. Playing the weirdest ass media I can find, I'm like the exact opposite. Blood is my favorite spice. I just read. Oh god. God. Sometimes, yeah, I understand that sometimes there's like a moment that you really want the most generic thing to consume because you just want something in the background that is completely forgettable. But other times you kind of crave something else. It's nice to find things that are a little bit different in anything, in any way. I honestly, I don't know. I haven't been watching much. I kind of want to start watching stuff again, but I'm not finding a day to actually sit down and watch anything. Maybe around July or something when I get a little bit more free time, I can try and watch a few things. Maybe you can watch something. But oh god. Yeah, comfy stuff is nice. I don't need to pay much attention that much. Yeah, sometimes rewatching stuff is nice because you kind of experience the story again and you don't need to pay that much attention. I like it. There's people that don't really like seeing something that they already watched one time or two times. I do that with a few anime. I kind of rewatch them every once in a while. It's kind of like watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy every once in a while, like once or twice a year. You just really want to see it again. Just put it on a second monitor or like the TV while you're doing something else, and you're just there getting hyped up about the fight. To be honest, the Lord of the Rings makes me like want to sit down and just watch it while eating something like popcorn or something. If you read webtoon and want to kind of read something new, Unholy Blood, it doesn't run too long, has a story to tell, it tells it ends, no cliffhangers. Unholy Blood is the vampire one. With the girl. Is it a girl? Or am I confusing it? Give me a second. Yes. It is, right? I read it until a certain place. I read it until I got pretty far on this one. It was good. The art style was good. But for some reason, the Webtoon app decided not to work anymore on my phone. So I kind of had to stop with so many things. I was reading Unholy Blood. I was reading Rebirth, the one zombie apocalypse one that has time travel in it. It's pretty good. The art is not that good at the start, but I swear to God, it's very nice. It was very buggy. Yeah, maybe now it's fixed, but for some reason it wasn't showing me comments. One thing that I love is going to the comments and see what people say about the chapter, and it was just not giving me that, and I was just like, fuck you up. Then was reading Stray Souls, that the artist decided to go into almost permanent hiatus because the story, I think, got too much for them from what they said, and they wanted to continue with other stuff that they were doing, but they were promising to come back with it, but in a more appropriate way. It was a really good story. I was super into it, but I guess as a first realization, it wasn't how they wanted it to be. The art was beautiful. The art of Stray Souls was, oh, I love it. I love math art. I love it so much. Playing another playthrough of one of the Souls games every year. Watched a video about Rent a Girlfriend and made the MC look a bit better. He was living with her, talking about marriage and kids. When he asked her out, she rejected him, saying she wants to keep working. I don't know anything about Rent a Girlfriend, so I can't say anything. First, romance animes depends on how they're made. They can be very frustrating depending on how they are made. They can be very nice to watch, very chill, very cozy, or you can have the infuriating ones that are just going nowhere. And I hate when something is going nowhere. I hate it. I liked a lot of webtoons that I found a lot of stuff in Webtoon that I really, really appreciated. It's a really good platform. It's a really nice application. I don't know exactly how it is for artists on Webtoon and stuff. I know that a few of those apps are not great for serialized things, so yeah. Used to make comment sections on websites. Mostly pirate sites stop working on sites for piracy. They are going to find themselves like Tumblr. Red Webtoon worker. Yeah, a lot of those things I'm not really like everything. The industries are bad. Are really awful sometimes. I do love the tragic love stories is very amusing to me. There's something about it that is very nice. You know, having a group cry while reading something is pretty nice. I don't know. I just like it. I'm very happy. I don't know. Some people don't like sad endings or like tragedies and whatever. And it's just like, I mean, it is what it is. Nothing can be a good. Not everything can have a good ending. Like, let me suffer if I want to. Yeah, you have to be in the mood for it. Of course, if you don't want to read a tragedy, don't look for it. It seems like it depends. I mean, yeah, a little bit. What are the top titles now? Well, no Unholy Blood. You kind of reminded me of Unholy Blood. Now I need to reread it. Trending? Popular? Interesting. Selection. They don't seem too bad though. I've seen worse. I think other places are other sites are even worse when you go to the popular and trending pages. Oh, Tears on a Withered Flower is on Webtoon? Only until 3. Well, 13. One of your favorites? It's really nice. Really, really nice. Wait, which one was the other one that I... Wait. Can I... Wait. I never used Webtoon on the desktop. Was it on Webtoon? No. Bye bye, Spartan. Rest well. See you next time. Dear Hermit Home. See you. This feels better. Bye bye. Which one was it? I don't remember. I don't think I can find it. Websites where you can read manga, you can read webtoons as well. Yeah, you can. I know. I have been using them extensively. But yeah, I kind of feel bad at some points. But yeah, the app just doesn't want to work, and on desktop is pretty bad, really bad. Oh, wait, what? Spark. There you go. The Spark in Your Eyes. Really good webtoon. Is on Webtoon. Is pretty good. I really like that one. The Spark in Your Eyes. I would recommend that one. Just in case anyone wants to read something with an interesting story. That one was pretty good. After that, I think I read a few stuff that were great on Webtoon. I just don't remember them because I don't have access to my account here. But yeah, the Spark in Your Eyes is something that I really enjoyed. That one, Rebirth, Grey Souls, Unholy Blood I was watching. Yeah, the art was pretty nice for Unholy Blood. Holy shit. There were a few others that I was seeing. I can't remember them. Or maybe I'm confusing it because at some point I think I was in... Where was it? There was another one. Tapitoon? I think I was on Tapitoon. And it was like... I was reading a few things on that one too. But I don't remember if that one was where I was reading BL or if not. It was a few years ago. I don't remember. Only webtoon I've read is The Gamer. I haven't read it, I think. You play a game where it tries to make you feel bad for the main character even after all the atrocities they commit. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of stories try to make you feel a little bit bad for the main character, even if they are a monster. Which is very questionable. It's not the best. By the way, you're back, Laggard. Wow, hello. I didn't think I would go this long. But yeah, I'm trying to remember if I had any other webtoon that I liked. Yeah, you're back. Yay, you made it back. Kind of impressive. I was thinking of doing like a short stream today and I had nothing planned, but Nova! Hello! Yes, I'm still up. I just finished my night shift. Good! How was it? How was your day? How have you been? I'm doing great. I'm doing pretty well today. Had a nap? Took a nap. I got to rest a little bit. Tomorrow I can sleep a little bit later, so that's kind of nice. We're talking about a lot of stuff. We just went through so many topics, I don't even know what I am anymore. Work, sleep, repeat. Yeah. There's weeks like that. Busy week. A really busy week. I'm going to have a busy week next week. I'm just going to collapse at some point. But we're fine. We're fine. We have been in worse situations, I think. I'll push through it. Just a little bit. I have like I think 1 or 2 weeks before the end of the semester for me. So yeah, I have lots of stuff. How's it with exams? I've been doing great. Really, really well. I've been doing really well. I need to do like 3 or 4 more and I'll be done with it for a while. But I'm doing well. I've been doing well. Thankfully. How is it? Scores are doing great. I haven't failed any yet. I'm very proud of myself. It is taking a lot of time though. And it's taking a lot of energy to study and do all the other stuff that I need to do, but we're fine. It's going to pass. It's going to the semester's going to end, and thankfully, if everything goes well, I don't have to take another exam. So yeah. I don't have to take exams during the holidays if everything goes well. And then I have like a month that I won't have classes, so I'll have a little bit more time, which I'm looking forward to. So yeah, kind of like that. That's kind of like my week has been. Had to do a lot of stuff, do some reports and stuff. So yeah, and today I was just no 24 hour no. We can negotiate an 8-hour one, but no. I don't even think I can function for that long at this point in my life. But yeah, I'll have a little bit more time, which is going to be nice. I can maybe prepare some stuff. But yeah, lately I've been just I get home and I just crash. And yeah, not too much time, not too much energy, not too much nothing. So yeah. And also it's pretty cold. And I'm just not having fun. Today's going to be very cold. Have a very cold night. It's already 6 degrees and it's like what? Midnight? Thankfully tomorrow I don't have to wake up at 5, so I'm just going to... Oh no, I had to take off my alarms. Wait, no, I'm not waking up at 5. Stop it. Take them out. There you go. I remember. It's so sad when I don't have to wake up early and I just keep my alarms on and I still wake up. Thank you. I wish I do well. I wish I do well. I wish I keep doing well because I really need... No, I don't want to wake up out of habit. But yeah. Also, I may use the month that I have a little more time for some other stuff. So, yeah, I'm doing my best here. Started raining on my way home, walk home until suddenly rain, thunder came out of nowhere. Oh no. I thought you were going to be like, oh, it was raining and it was so calm and nice. But no, it was a storm. It happened to me that the other days that I was waking up super early, I was going to class, and I would get out of my home at like 6, and there was fog. You couldn't see much, but there was so much fog, and then it would last until like 10, 11 a.m. And I was just like, I don't want to go outside. I want to stay here. I want to stay and just crawl back to my bed and not go. But I need to go. Please. God, give me the energy to go there. I missed the bus a few times too, so I had to wait outside in the cold. Thankfully, it wasn't too bad. It passes very frequently, so it was like 15 minutes max. But if there's any wind, I just ugh. This year, I actually got like a few stuff. Like, I got some gloves, I got some hats and stuff, kind of to keep warm. I'm not used to going out at that hour, so they were lifesavers, honestly. They helped so much. Thankfully, I haven't been getting that sick. I suppose. I hope I'm not getting sick. At least not for next week, please. I need so many things. I need to do so many things. I need to. Oh. But I'll try to do more when I have a little bit more time. I mean, do more, but not like every day because I'm going to collapse if I do. But it would be nice to do a little bit more frequent stuff. Maybe try out some other stuff. Maybe the watch alongs, do a few, see how they go. I feel like that could be nice. Like that could be really nice. Chilly and cozy in the middle of June, the irony. I mean, for you, for me, it's winter, so. June and July are the coldest here, the coldest month. So, yeah. It also is very humid, so it's the worst. Then on August, it gets a bit better. Like at the middle of August, gets a bit better. And then September is already kind of okay. And then October, November is just pretty well. December is a nightmare alongside with January and February. Then on March it starts being nice again. So basically it's only like 4 months that I kind of enjoy. The rest depends on your routine. If you wake up early, summer is kind of nice. But if you wake up early on winter, it's just a nightmare. There's just no lights outside. It's super cold. It's super humid. And it's also windy. So yeah, not the best. Yeah, no, with that type of plot, I will drop it too. Like, what type of plot is that? Like, how was the reason? Wait. Early waking in winter supercharges my seasonal depression. Yeah, if you have very little daylight hours, I wish you a lot of strength because that is rough. Think here we don't have it as bad, but it's like, oh god. waking up is still nighttime. You get out of your house, it's still nighttime. You get to where you need to be, it's still nighttime. Just like, let me see the sun. The other day, I actually there's the place where I go to study. There's a little corner that there's like a little bit of sunlight on the morning, and I just stood there in the little ray of sunlight, just with my eyes closed, just there, taking in a little bit of the sun. I wasn't feeling well that day, so I was just there, sitting down, enjoying the little bit of sun that I could in between classes. Indoors, because outside it was impossible. But yeah, just had to take the sun whenever I can. It's like I was recharging. Like that image of the dog with his eyes closed being hit with the orange clothes of the sun, the meme. Yeah. Sunbathing cat. Yeah, I kind of was. Yeah, I just decided, you know what? I'll just wait outside until class starts. I just stood there, eyes closed, just don't bother me. I am where I need to be. Like, I don't enjoy the sun at all, but sometimes I just love it. I could not open my eyes though. And when I needed to get up, I was just like, okay, first of all, I need to be on the shade to open my eyes, and then I need my eyes to adjust to the shade, and then I get up, because if not, I will end up in the floor. But yeah. It's kind of hard when I don't like reaching whenever I need to be and it's still nighttime. That is something that I hate so much. It is not nice. It gives me like, I don't know, like a bad feeling. Even when I work at night, I would get there and it was daytime still. So it was kind of different. I don't know. I feel like if I get somewhere in its daytime, is I don't know. I deal with it better. I'm not a morning person too, so that doesn't help. I'm hearing something, but I heard something. But yeah, Ooh. I'll need to cut it in a bit. I'm already super sleepy, super tired. It was a nice stream, a nice conversation. We talked a lot of stuff. It was kind of the point of the stream, to catch up with everyone. So then next time I can just do 9 souls. I can talk a little bit though, but I can do 9 souls and kind of focus on that, as we have been doing. But I just wanted to do us just chatting for a moment, because I don't know, just wanted to see how everyone was doing. And also I felt like it today. It's not bad for an extra stream. Oh, I'm going to enjoy sleeping today. I will sleep like the dead. I kind of slept like the dead this afternoon when I took a nap. I kind of passed out. I like this music. It's not always that I have my headphones on for when I'm just chatting, but I like this track. I really liked it. Okay. We'll join earlier next time. Yeah, time zones don't really work sometimes. I don't know exactly at what time I'm going to stream. Generally, this time I can't really stream that early. But yeah, I think I'll cut it here. It's been enough. So bye bye, everyone. Good night. Rest well. Have a nice day tomorrow. You joined the Discord? Nice. You can send memes now. Memes and recommendations if you would like. I swear I'm going to check them out. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the conversation. Bye bye.